Hello, welcome to Accounting Hub. I'm Professor George Scarpin, PhD in Accounting. Our topic today is Departmental Cost Allocation. Here is only a video for how to do that on Excel. If you want some lecture about each of the methods, we have it in our channel and the videos are in our video description. So let's go to our Excel file. And here we have our how-to. So we will be working with direct method, step method, and reciprocal method. So this is our data. The Fleming Foundation, a charitable organization, blah, 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 blah. The Flemings intend for the charity to provide programs in healthcare for elderly, particularly those in poverty. The two main programs divisions of the foundation are mental health for the elderly and housing for the elderly. So this is our products. In addition, also provides healthcare education programs and has a significant fundraising effort to help the foundation grow and accomplish the goals of the founders. The foundation is organizing two operating departments, education and program management. So we have two productive departments and two service department, information technology and administration. So Uh, what do we have here? $300,000 of cost directly traceable to each of the four departments. 10,000 for the IT, 112 for the administration, 102 education, and 76 program management. And our cost allocations are labor hours and headcount. And additional 46.5 of indirect cost is shared among the four departments, 28.5 of which is allocated to the department based on labor hours. So this cost based on labor hours. Uh, and here we have the allocation between departments. So IT service, education, administration, and program management 20, and 60%. So 20 education, 20 administration, and 60 program management. Administration service, education, 40, IT, 10, and program management, 50. And the cost of the two operating departments are allocated to the two programs, to our products, as follow. Education based on labor hours, and program managements are allocated with headcount used in the two programs. So this is our data. So what do we have here? We have some steps. We have three steps or three phases. The first one is common for all of our methods. What we do here, we find the total cost of each department. So we have the traceable costs or the direct costs that are here. I copy and paste $300,000. Here, $300,000, $300,000. And the 28 and 18 are allocated based on direct labor hours. So direct labor hours here, direct labor hours. And headcount, it's not machine hours, headcount. Headcount, perfect. So 1, 4, 4, and 3. So 1, 4, 4, and 3. So what do we do here? We need to find the percentage of these numbers here. So the proportion. How do we do that? We do department divided by total. Department divided by total. Here the same, department divided by total. How do we do this cost based on labor hours? So let me do one and the other one is the same. Total cost, F4, we fix it, times the proportion. And here we copy and paste. We have our numbers and the total must match. So this phase one here is exactly the same for all of our methods. So all of our methods, we work the same. So phase one, cool, the same for everyone. Phase 2 is the difference. Phase 3 is also the same, but phase 2 is the difference here. So direct method, we allocate these service departments to productive departments. We don't care about the service to service department. We absolutely don't care about it in the direct method. So, okay, service to product departments. The first one, information technology. So information technology, we care only for these numbers here. So information technology, 20 and 60. 20 and 60. However, if we allocate only 20% of our costs, we will not be allocating all of them. We will be allocating only 80%. So we need a new proportion based on 100%. We do just like any other proportion. Department divided by total, and we fix the total. So 85% here and 75%. How do we allocate the cost? So we are talking about IT. Total cost of IT times education. Or better, total cost, and we fix it, times percentage of education, open paste. We will have our numbers here. So the same 17.2. Okay, so this one here, let's create some colors. We grab these numbers here. And for the administration, exactly the same. And now, what is the total cost of education and program management? Education, 4,300 plus 54,978 plus their own cost. So the cost of phase 1, 119. And here we have our sum. So here we grab it, 119, and we sum education plus, or allocation from IT, allocation from administration, and the own cost. So 178. The same for program management. We have the same total here. And how do we allocate it to programs? Phase 3, again, exactly the same. So here, what do we have? Mental allocate main department to program. So base direct labor hours for each product and head count. So what do we have here? Direct labor, they are here. 1,000, 1,000. Head count here, 1 and 2. So here, 1,000, 1,000, proportion, same, department divided by total, 1, 2, total 3. So total, the proportion here. Education, how do we do that? So education will be based on, and program management is the same. Total education times based, so total education, fix it, times allocation for direct labor hours, because the allocation base is direct labor hours. So 89, copy and paste, 89, so half and half. Let's create a gray here. So 178 times 50. Program management, exactly the same. However, we do now program management, F4, times allocation for mental health and allocation for housing. And here is the cost, the total cost of our, under quote here, products. And the total must be the same. When we allocate costs, we don't add or reduce costs. We only allocate them. So this is the direct method. What is the difference between direct and step method? The difference is on phase 2. So here is our difference. So let's bold it. Now, we work with from service to service department. However, we only go straight forward. We don't go backward. What is the straightforward? So here, what is the uh, department here? So let's allocate the information technology to administration, to education and program management. However, administration, we don't allocate back to information technology. And why are we choosing it? Because it is, if we compare both here, information gives more cost to administration 20%, then administration gives cost to information technology only 10. So we need to exclude one. We will exclude this 10% here. So what do we do now? Service to production department. So information technology to the other ones. So 20, 20, and 60, 100, we will have the same proportion. And how do we do that? How do we do this allocation amount here? Total of IT, fix it, times the proportion. And here is our green one. And now we have a tricky one. Uh, we have here the allocation amount. What is this 127 here? How do we do that? This 127 is the new total for administration. That is 123 plus 3. That is 127. And for education, now what we will be doing? We will be doing, instead of allocate the 123, we will allocate the 127. So F4 here times 44, that is our new proportion. Because for the administration, we will not consider the 10%. So only 40 and 50, only 40 and 50. So this one here, let's go to gray one, this based on this one times the 44. And again, the same. And now we have our cost for education. That is how much education received from IT, from administration, and their own costs. So 179, 167, same total. So program management, the same. And phase three, exactly the same. We only change our numbers here. That is changing numbers here because we change numbers here. So instead of 145, 280, 145, 390. Almost the same because here we are allocating only 3,000 more. So we will have very, very small difference. And the last one, the hardest one, reciprocal method. So here, again, phase one, exactly the same. However, phase two is not the same. And we will stop here a little bit. So what have I done here? I copy and paste. I just grab the same numbers that we have here. It will be easier for us to catch it. Okay, so this table here is only a copy and paste of our data. Okay, and now we will consider it both. So how do we do uh, the service departments now? We are doing based on simultaneous equation. And we have a lot of ways to solve it. We will be first by substitution. So we will work on hand here. The second way, the alternative is working with matrices. And hardest, but easiest when you are working with Excel. Okay? So reciprocal here. So allocated IT cost will be equal to traceable cost plus cost allocated from admin. So how much it would be? 17.2 here. So how do we find this equation here? So this is our green one, sorry. 17 plus how much they receive. So information technology is receiving 10% of the administration cost. Administration, let's now do the orange one, light orange one. We have the 123 plus 20% of the IT. Okay, and now we do on paper. So it is not TI, IT. Oh, sorry, guys. I have no idea what happened. Oh, IT. So 17.2 plus 10% times. How much is the admin cost? It is this equation here. So 123.7 plus 20% of IT. IT. I was thinking in Portuguese. TI is IT in Portuguese. Sorry. And then IT less 2% of IT equal. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was bad. Of IT equals 17.2 plus 12,370. That is 123.7 times 10%. And less 2% here is also 10% times 20%. So information technology will be 29,570 divided by 98%. That is 30,173. And then if we have this number here, now it's easy to find the administration cost because the equation is 123 plus 20% of IT 30,173. So administration will be 129,735. And then from now on, it is just like direct method. We have this service and we will allocate to uh, production department. So we have here, so we have a difference here. Let me sum it here. So now we're good. And now we're good. So here, what do we have here? Only 20 and 60. We don't do the second proportion here. Why not? Because we already allocated this 20 for IT. Why it's changing for TI all the time? IT. So we already allocated this 20, so we will not allocate it again. And here the 90, we already allocated the 10% here. So we have allocated these numbers. So how do we do the education from information technology? Information technology times 20%. And here, so information technology, let's fix it, times 20%. And we copy and paste. So here our gray one times 20%. And for product program management, the same, administration, the same with the 129. And now we have our new totals. So this 346 is either this total or this one plus this one plus this one, also 346. Okay, and we double check if we are doing right. Later, phase 3, exactly the same. So nothing changes, only changing numbers because we changed numbers here. So 145,055, 145.3, 145.2. The numbers, they are quite similar here. Okay. What is the problem of this method with this simultaneous equation here? If we change any number, we need to do it on hand again. If we do it instead of 10, it is 20, and it's 30 here. So the same 100. Our numbers here hasn't changed. And we still have 10, but the right number is 20. So we need to do it on hand. However, everything else here, we have it changed. So let's go back here, not mess. So how do we fix it? Working with matrices. So here until row 20 is the same. So here is also the same. Here I only add 2 new rows because matrix we need to have the same number of rows and columns. And the total, I just grab this total here. So this total here is the same of this total here and so on. How do we do that? We need to create a new matrix. So what is it? How do we do that? So we add number 1 here, 1 or 100%. Why 100%? Because IT has 100% of the IT costs. So 100% here, 100% there, 100 here, and 100 here. Okay? Or they will give 100%. Okay? But let's not do that. It will confuse you. It will make you much worse. So okay, how do we do our new matrix? Our diagonal here will be 100%. So it is easy. Diagonal here. And later, we will transpose these numbers here, so this row to this column, on a negative sign. Why negative? Because IT, they have their 100%. However, they will give 20% of the cost to administration. By the way, it is here. We will give 20% of the IT cost to administration. We will give 20%. So this 20 here is this 20 here. This 20 here is this 20 here negative. And this 60 is this 60% here negative. We do the same. Second row, our second column. Empty rows here, they don't give away costs. They only receive costs. That are the production department. So 0% for all of them. Okay? And then how do we do that? We need to create a matrix operation here. So is the inverse of this matrix here multiplied by the second matrix here. So yes, now it is just like your file. So let's create here. How do we do that? The easiest way, let's do here the how to invert this matrix here. So let's go to formulas, insert function, M of matrix, M multiplying matrix, M inverse. That is what we want to do. So we will inverse this one here. So this is what we are doing now. Okay? This is completely useless for us. We will only copy this syntax here. Okay? And here we are. So let's do it. Insert function, matrix, and where are you? And here. What we will be multiplying? The first one is this inverse. The second matrix is the total cost. And okay, the newest version of Excel, they will be doing that. So they will be doing great. The older version of Excel, if you have it, it will show all of the numbers in only the first cell. It will be useless to you. How do you fix that? Select the four cells. That's what we want, the total cost of the four products. And let's do our formula again. So let's go here, most recently used, multiply, the inverse, and here. Instead of clicking OK, press Ctrl Shift Enter. And then you will have this here. And now, how do we double check? We sum only the production departments. And the sum of the production department, because this one here, we will give costs. And by the way, to double check it, 30,173, 30,173, 129.7, 1.9, 189.7. And later, how do we do now? Education. We have the cost of education here and the cost of housing here. So we will only do this one based on B40 times percentage, B40 times percentage, and so on. So phase 3 the same. And our numbers here will be exactly the same because we are doing the same method on two different ways. However, why this one is better? If we change our numbers here, so 20 and 30 and 40, 100, we have, so here reciprocal, we don't have it changed here. However, matrices, we have it changed. So instead of 164, our most accurate number is 167. So this method here is a little bit hard to create it the first time. However, after that, it is extremely easy. You only need to change numbers. Let's go back here, numbers, and we're good. That's it. So guys, whoops, here, thank you so much. Please subscribe our channel. You will be the first one to know when a new video arrives. If you have questions or comments, leave it here or email me at jscarping@gmail.com. And like our Facebook page, Accounting Hub by Dr. Scarping. Have a very nice day and God bless you.